Hey there! Welcome to the Paper Cabin. We're two teachers who homeschool our own kids, and we create practical resources to help support real homeschool life. As homeschool moms, we're always discovering something new, a curriculum recommendation from a friend, or a book we like to read, or a website to explore, field trip ideas, or an activity to try later. When we started, we realized that we were writing lists of all of these things, and before long we realized that we needed a place to collect it all. So that's why we created this book. Collecting Inspiration is more than a notebook. It's a homeschool resource book, and it's designed to grow with your family over months and even years. And it gives you one organized place to keep your ideas, your book lists, your websites, field trip ideas, supply lists, and favorite resources. It's available in 4 different cover styles. I only have one here today, but there are 4 different covers that you can choose from, and you can also get it as either a PDF or a bound print book. If you're looking for a planner that's got daily, weekly, monthly plans as well, be sure to check out our other books, Inspired Planning, which is our weekly planner, or Balancing Homeschool, which is our daily planner. As a side note, our Inspired Planning book incorporates weekly pages plus this entire book. So this whole book is also incorporated alongside the weekly pages in our Inspired Planning book. We have a title page, table of contents, and then some planning prompts. We know that homeschools are all different, and you're all beginning with a different reason. So sometimes it's nice to pause and remember why you started homeschooling. This section has some thoughtful prompts to encourage you to reflect on your goals, your values, and the kind of learning environment that you want to create. And they're also really nice to look at through the years as you go through and reflect upon what you've been doing. About our family, this is a good place to talk about or to write down and record some of the values and traditions or interests that are unique to your family. Homeschool style is the next section, and this is kind of your own personal philosophy. So you can kind of define what works well for your family, whether that's Charlotte Mason or classical or eclectic, traditional, something that's totally your own. And as your homeschool evolves, these pages will help you narrow down what's important and also give you a nice snapshot of your homeschool journey. We also know that getting ready for homeschooling can be really overwhelming. So this section is to help you plan out all the things that you want to remember to do in the weeks leading up to the beginning of your homeschool year. So this is like an 8-week countdown, and little by little you'll start building momentum, and you'll be able to start the year feeling organized and confident, hopefully. These year-at-a-glance pages let you see your homeschool from a bird's eye view to get a big picture of your year. You can map out curriculum over 12 months, so one subject and all the different things that you're going to do in that subject over the year. You could use this for goal setting, for events, for co-op plans, even family holidays or field trips, commitments that you want to do or make, any kind of important milestones. It's an easy way to see your year all at once. There's 12 of these in the book, so you could have one per month if you'd like to, or you could divide them up however you see fit. More notes pages, and then a space for you to write your routine. We know that every homeschool has its own rhythm, whether you follow a timed schedule, a loop schedule, or simply follow a flexible daily flow. These pages help you build routines that work for your family. They're intentionally open-ended, so you can use them in whatever way makes most sense for you. This next section is for field trips. We have enough pages here for 20 field trips through the year. It's a place for you to keep a running list of places that you'd like to visit. Museums, farms, historical sites, hiking trails, community events you want to attend, local businesses or nonprofits to tour, all the hidden gems that you think of through the year that you want to keep track of. We find that it's just as helpful for remembering future events as these pages are for recording the ones that you've already enjoyed. And they're a nice record of where you've been. One of my favorite sections in this book is these hands-on learning pages. We know that homeschooling happens in so many different ways. And so instead of focusing only on traditional lessons, these pages help you collect meaningful experiences that bring learning to life. You can use the prompts on these pages to record things that you would like to create, places you'd like to explore, books or podcasts that you'd like to listen to, documentaries you'd like to watch, activities you'd like to participate in, or anything else that helps your family learn in a hands-on way. So here we have engage, watch, create, move, listen, and explore. This is a place for you to keep track of the classes, co-ops, sports, clubs, music lessons, extracurricular activities that become part of your homeschool journey. So whatever that looks like for your family, this is a place to put that down. We have notes pages throughout this book because we know that homeschool families, homeschool parents have all kinds of ideas all the time, and we never have enough pages, so we think you probably don't ever have enough pages either. So there's lots of notes pages periodically through this book that we hope you'll find helpful for journaling, jotting things down, doodling, whatever it is you need to do or want to do with these pages. The next section is games pages, because we know that learning through play is still learning. And this is a place for you to keep a growing collection of your favorite educational games in one place. You could organize them by age, by subject, by skill, or however your family naturally uses them. These rainy day pages are a place for you to record some ideas that you can pull out easily and quickly if you have to change your plans at the spur of the moment. We've all had days where things just don't work out, kids don't cooperate, you're tired, maybe you're sick, maybe the kids are sick, but you still want to get things done. So whether it's baking that you want to do, science experiments to try, documentaries that you want to watch, sensory bins, crafts, whatever it is, you'll have something ready to go if you keep a running list of the things that you can pull out quickly and easily. These celebration pages are a place for you to record the celebrations that you participate in or that you want to create through the year. So things like birthdays or holiday traditions, projects that you want to celebrate. Maybe you have book parties or subject unit parties at the end of reading a novel or at the end of finishing a particular unit study. You could record milestone moments, all the little memories that make your homeschool unique. You can plan them out or record them here. Again, more notes pages. and some pages for family fun, which are similar to the field trip pages, but they're more for things to do with your whole family, because we know that homeschooling and life merge together and learning doesn't really stop. So this could be a place to write down camping trips, road trips, festivals, movie nights, hiking adventures, bucket lists, family traditions, whatever it is that you want to record here, things that you can plan for, maybe save up for, or things that you've done that you want to remember later. More notes pages for you. And then we have the books to read pages, as well as the books that we've read pages. One of the best parts about homeschooling is discovering the wonderful books together, but we know that keeping track of them can be surprisingly hard sometimes. We all hear recommendations from friends or on podcasts, or we see books at the library that we want to remember, and sometimes those titles start to blur together. So these pages give you one place to keep both the books that you'd like to read and the books that you've already enjoyed as a family. Instead of locking you into a strict tracker format, we intentionally left these pages flexible, so that you can record whatever information is actually useful to you, whether that's the title and the author, or a short review, or favorite quotes, maybe reading dates, maybe you're recording which child read which book, narration notes, making connections to your curriculum, or just a quick reminder of why you wanted to remember a particular book in the first place. We also know that every family reads differently, so these pages are designed to help you be creative, adapt to your style, and not the other way around. We want these pages to become a meaningful record of the stories and ideas and conversations that help shape your homeschool journey. These materials pages are a place to keep track of the supplies that you'd like to buy or borrow or save up for, so that when you're ready to start a new project, everything is ready and you've gotten everything off of your list. If you've ever thought, oh, I'll get that next time I stop at the store, or I need to order something, this is the place to keep track of that. The next part is the customizable planning pages. These are some of the most flexible pages in the entire book. You can use them to brainstorm a unit study, compare curriculum, organize particular projects, keep track of multiple children. So you could have 3, 6 children on here, or 1 child and 6 different subjects. If you want to plan one subject across several grades, you could do it that way. Again, it's just a really flexible way to keep track of your curriculum and your materials. There's no one right way to use these pages. We've intentionally left you some freedom to use them how you would like. The websites and apps. These pages help you close those website tabs with confidence. If you're like us and you have a million tabs open, you can go through and you can record which websites you want to remember so that you can close those browser tabs. Write down the websites, apps, podcasts, YouTube channels, or other online resources that you want to come back to later, and it's all in one place to find them. Passwords. We all know that homeschool families end up with a surprising number of logins. Whether they're curriculum websites, educational apps, library accounts, streaming services, online memberships, they all have their own passwords. And in many cases, your children also have their own login information for those websites. So this is a nice place to keep track of all of that. These membership pages are a nice place for you to record the different memberships or curriculum subscriptions or online learning platforms that you've subscribed to. You could write down your renewal dates, your costs, account information, so that nothing catches you by surprise when it renews, and also so that you know and you can plan for those costs as they come up through the year. These resources pages are a place for you to keep track of curriculum that you've been meaning to research, recommendations that you get from friends for websites or teaching ideas or materials or curriculum, things that look great or sound great that you want to remember for the future. It's kind of like giving all those sticky notes and screenshots a permanent home. So these pages, there's several of them. You can do each subject and have lists of what you want to use for writing and what you want to use for math, all the different things that you want to look into. And then we get into the subject planner pages. So when you actually decide which which curriculum you're going to use for each subject, taking that curriculum and planning it out and looking at the year in terms of how that's going to be broken down through the different months or through different children. This is a place for you to see the big picture before the school year begins. So you can use it in whatever way makes sense for your family. Maybe it's one child per subject, or one subject and multiple children. If you want to take a particular subject and differentiate the different levels into different grades or for different kids, this is a place to do that. So the book is meant to adapt to your family instead of having you try to adapt to the book. And again, there's lots of space, so you can use as many pages as you need for as many subjects as you need and children. Again, more notes pages because there's never enough. And then we get into some reflection pages. You'll notice that these pages are actually similar. So we like to use them for mid-year reflection and end of the year reflection, but you can use them however you'd like. You can use this book for multiple years, so you could use them over the course of several years if you want to. It's up to you. We just know that sometimes your best ideas come from looking back. And it's also a place to celebrate what's working, write down what maybe doesn't work great, and then think about what you've learned or capture ideas while they're still fresh. Plans for the future. We know that homeschooling is always changing, and maybe you've discovered a curriculum that you want to try, or a co-op that you'd love to join, or a project that you're going to save up for next year or for in a couple of years. This is a space to write that down. Instead of hoping that you'll remember things, we just want you to have a place for those future ideas. And those ideas can sit here on the page until you're ready to use them. More notes pages. And then some to-do pages. We all have a million thoughts bouncing around in our heads. Reserve library books, pick up the paint, print worksheets, email somebody. So these pages are a great place for brain dumps or homeschool tasks or errands or household reminders, whatever else you need to get out of your head and onto paper. So there's lots of them there for you. And then the last few pages are simply dot grid blank note pages for you to record your ideas or your thoughts, whatever it is you want to do. If you're into journaling or drawing or just making more notes, this is a place for you to do that. And then our thank you page. A little bit more about the book. This book was designed because we know that homeschool moms have a lot to keep track of, and we know that the best ideas are only helpful if you can actually find them again later. Whether you homeschool one child or several, whether you follow a structured curriculum or a relaxed approach, this book adapts to your style instead of asking you to fit into someone else's system. So instead of using sticky notes on the kitchen counter or screenshots on your phone or having dozens of tabs open in your browser, you'll have one organized place for the books, websites, curriculum ideas, field trips, projects, resources, and inspiration that make your homeschool uniquely yours. We hope that this flip through has given you an idea about the Collecting Inspiration book and whether it's a good fit for your family. If you'd like to learn more, you can find both professionally bound books and printable PDF editions at thepapercabin.com. And if you enjoyed this video, we'd love to have you subscribe and join us here at the Paper Cabin, where we share practical homeschool tips, thoughtful planning ideas, and lots of inspiration for real homeschool life. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in our next video.